What's going on, everyone? Justin again. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about not just my least favorites or favorites and what it is that I think about certain tools or products sold at Harbor Freight, but we're waiting for our buddy Jeff, also known as the Shaggy Zombie Killer. He'll be showing up and we're going to get some of his thoughts and perspectives, so that way you're not just hearing my thoughts and experiences with their hand tools or their jacks or their creepers or their air tools or their cordless lineup. You're going to get a chance to hear it from another mechanic. So while we wait for him to show on up, let me show you something that's really cool, and I picked it up to do this test specifically. We're going to be talking about these screwdrivers from Harbor Freight made by Quinn, what I think about them, what their intended uses were, and how strong the magnet design actually is. So let me just talk about it and show you what they can do. Alright everybody, I know it's on your mind because it's on my mind too, and we're going to talk to Jeff about it here when he gets here, but how many screws can this magnetic screwdriver really pick up? And is that really a thing? Or can it at least hold one screw onto the end of the tip? Let's find out. We're going to stick it into a bucket of mixed screws and just see how many it picks up. I think it's fair enough. I didn't want to buy the whole set. Just wanted to buy the two for demonstration purposes because I think the handles on these things are absolutely phenomenal, which I've already said with this beer bottle opener that I also have made by Quinn. So let's check it out. Let's just see what it picks up. Alright, so I got the Phillips and I've got the flathead. Both of these came in a two-piece kit. I think it cost like $3.50. It says it has magnetic tip. I also like the square shank that it has. I'm curious though is what kind of wrench can I fit over that. So that's going to be too big. That was 3/8, quarter inch. So a quarter inch square drive shank. I don't think you're going to be cracking too much open with that. You might use a crescent wrench for more leverage. Let's test the magnetic portion out, shall we? I'm just going to stick it in here and let's see. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the first go. To get it in deeper, does it stick to the shank too or just the tip? Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws on this pickup. Look at that. We got 8 screws to stick. Oh, now they're starting to fall. Alright, let's just take one as an example and see how well it actually holds on the tip of it. Now it's a pretty big Phillips, but we'll just see for most household screws. Alright, well it does appear to fit rather nicely on the end. It does appear to hold and maintain its position. I'm shaking it pretty good. Overall, I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up for the Quinn screwdrivers, especially if you're looking for the magnetic one. Now I know what else you guys might be wondering. Justin, can't I just do that with a regular screwdriver by magnetizing it? Yeah, you can. So how's that work? Well, most steel has a negative flow or has more neutrons than protons. I know we're getting into some real scientific shit now. But at any rate, trust me on this, if it has a positive flow or if it has enough protons in it, then it will pick up the opposite of itself, which would be the neutrons or something that's not energized. In this case, a solid piece of metal with no electronic properties in it outside of the neutron. So let's just stab it into this thing of screws and see if it picks anything up. Nope, no screw. So what can I do to create a magnetic property or magnetic field? You can take yourself a nice high-powered magnet and just take the tip. You've probably seen this before as an old school trick. You rub it back and forth like so, and let's just see if we get anything now. Booyah, baby. Got a few on that pickup. Just to kind of give you an idea, it can be done with a regular screwdriver as well. Alright, so as far as ergonomics is concerned, am I saying that right? I think the comfort grip on these things is absolutely phenomenal. We did just test the tip out and it picked up a heck of a lot more screws than I thought it would. But overall, look, I like the color design, especially if you're into blue and black with the white lettering. I think they look good, the handles feel good. It even has this other portion, so we were talking about how the quarter inch wrench that goes over the shank, might not give you enough leverage, but they also have a Matco design. And if you see here, if I was to stick this Phillips screwdriver in there, it's actually big enough to use on the handle, which I believe is their intended purpose behind creating this hex-like shape, and why they decided to go with 1/4 inch on their actual screwdriver shanks. So if you needed to really force something, or maybe you needed a little bit more leverage, you would totally get that with these, and it works either way. Oh, are we gonna be able to get the flathead through? No, but at least we got the Phillips one through, so that was pretty cool. And just to kind of give you an example so you can see that I'm not just boasting about the Matco Performance ones, but they also have a similar design, but it's a circle, and you could stick, you know, either one through and do the same thing. Crack your fasteners loose, get more leverage, etc., etc. All right, well, I'm gonna go get the beer cold while we're waiting for Jeff. We'll see you guys here in a minute. 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today we've got Jeff, aka Shaggy Zombie Killer, in the house. We're going to be talking about some Harbor Freight likes and dislikes. We got some pictures that we're going to pull up from the last time I was in the store, which was earlier today. He's going to share with you his thoughts on how he feels about the Quinn screwdrivers a little bit towards the end, what he thinks of the grips, etc. And his thoughts and opinions on some of the tools that we're going to show here in the pictures, because I think having more than one opinion is absolutely necessary when you're talking about tools, because what I experience, he might not have experienced, and vice versa. Might be a lot of stuff that he's tried that I haven't used, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that being said, let's look at some pictures.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Okay, so right away, Harbor Freight always has this 75% huge parking lot sale. Is it really much worth going there on the parking lot sales for?
There's some stuff that's worth it. You know, they might have some screwdrivers. You know, some flashlights on sale. You know, you might
welders
get
and
coupons and get some free stuff.
What do you think about their jacks? Have you used the Daytonas?
Never used their jacks.
Not even the aluminum ones?
No, never.
See, I had the steel one at first. It held up. I think it's still holding up actually at my uncle's house.
Okay.
And I have the 2-ton aluminum floor jack right now. It's just recently starting to have hydraulic issues, but it's been sitting for a couple years. Scan tools. Would you ever consider buying a scan tool from Harbor Freight?
Probably not. I mean, the prices are good, but I don't know. I've never physically used them, so I don't know how.
Have you used the Altel base software before? Or no?
Yes.
Like it? No?
It's all right. For the money and what it is, it's all right.
What's your go-to right now?
The launch that I have at the Millennium Pro.
Oh, the Millennium Pro 90. I think you were telling me about that. Nice. You like that one so far, though?
Yeah. Plastic
trim tools. I've had a set of these before. Most of them broke. I think I got 2 left. Have you used them before?
No, I just use screwdrivers.
Nice. Well, you got to be a little bit more careful when you get to the dealer side with brand new stuff, but I hear you.
Yeah.
And meters. Would you ever consider getting a meter from them, knowing that they're comparing themselves to Klein?
I've never used their voltmeter, so I don't.
What's your DVOM right now? Which one do you have?
I don't have one right now.
Oh, test light mostly?
None of it.
Not even that?
I don't get into that side of the
electronics too much. Snap ring pliers. So I have found that the Icon ones are too big for most snap rings, and that the smaller, chintzier ones that you can use, they just kind of disintegrate and the tips break off.
I would recommend getting them.
Okay.
I had a set and I had to throw it away.
Did you? Yeah. Which ones did you get? The little flexible ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I ended up picking up some rebranded Lang ones from the Cromwell dealer. Harbor Freight service carts, pretty solid in the community. Everyone seems to like them. I got recently the 56 toolbox. What do you think of their carts?
They actually hold up pretty well. When I first moved out here a couple years ago, I bought one from my boss, and they actually hold up for a couple years.
Nice.
So I only got $50, so it actually worked through what I needed.
Hell yeah, run it, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, Quinn screwdrivers. Go ahead and grab one up off the table here, or the workbench. What do you think of the feel? Like, do they feel comfortable? Would you ever use something like this?
Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for.
What do you like about what do you like about it so far? Just looking at it.
Just looking at it, it has a good color combo. It has a good grip. You know, it seems like it won't slip out of your hands. I don't know what the metal is made out of, so I don't know how often I would
use it.
Yeah, I don't know if it would break over time.
What do you think of their welders?
Never used their welders.
Actually, I actually got the titanium one. If we had more time today, I'd bust it out and let you take it for a rip. Disposable items, O-rings, snap rings, cotter key pins. Do you pick this stuff up on the fly?
I do the couple O-rings for my air gauge because I need to replace a couple O-rings in there.
Seem like they hold up?
Yeah, still holding up.
Cool. So here's a picture of the O-rings assortments that we're talking about in case you guys haven't tried them out. I've actually had a set of these. I think I've got a different style of set now because they upgraded to the blue versus red to keep it imperial versus metric. But the one that I have was a clear case that's also Harbor Freight. I use them all the time, especially for like oil dipsticks, which often break off or pop off or leak. Then you got to change them out. Impact sockets, I still have some impact sockets from Harbor Freight. They're the universal ones. They seem like they just absolutely last and last.
I have the 12 point for the axle nuts.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
They held up very well.
Pretty duty, huh?
Oh yeah, pretty duty.
Torque wrenches. What do you think of the Icon torque wrenches? For a click style, I think that this is a much better option than that winding spring style.
Yeah, I've never physically used them. I've heard a couple people that use them, and they said it's decent for what you get, you know, and instead of going on the Snap-on truck or the macro truck and getting like the $500 one.
Much more affordable than.
Yeah, much more affordable for your go-to mechanic.
Pressure testers. Anything here that sparks your interest or that you've used at all?
I've never used their pressure
or pullers or anything like that.
I have a set of the ball joint press. It's pretty decent.
You like it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just need to get the adapters for it.
I think they actually sell an adapter kit too, maybe.
They do a little extra side.
Adjustable wrenches. Worth it, not worth it? I've got the big dog one. I haven't had any issues. I didn't buy any of the smaller ones. I've heard of some people saying that the adjustable portion binds up. Have you used these at all?
I've used them. I haven't ran into any issues.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how often you use it. You know, are you gonna like throw it out there every day and use it, or it's just like a once in a while thing?
Right. Is it like a disposable tool or something like that? Because I've seen people, and I mean, I was guilty of it when I worked at the shipyard of using a crescent wrench as a hammer. I was like a hammer mechanic.
Yeah.
You know, who hasn't ever used the tool inappropriately from time to time? Creepers. So the plastic one with the little pillow kind of reminds me of the one that you bought for me, and I actually went and bought another one when I got back into it. Go figure. But for $26, I think the value's there. It's got soft rubber tires, which are better than the hardened plastic ones that you get on the metal ones. How have you liked the creeper that you have so far?
I love it.
What?
It's nice. I had to use it the other day to do oil change on the diesel. It was because the rack couldn't hold it, so I had to crawl in there. And
slides real well. Haven't had any problems with the wheels.
Nope.
Pillows nice and comfy. Take a little nap.
Oh yeah. My boss is not looking to take a nap.
Breaker bars. So I've seen Real Tool Reviews do this on a series on this where they compared themselves to like the Mac and the Snap-on. I think they're great. The bargain bin special. Sometimes you find some pretty cool stuff. Have you found anything in the bargain bins?
Not lately that you wouldn't find on the shelf. You know, not really nothing special.
Kind of nice when they do have them though, huh? And you get to find that random find.
That random one.
Was it like open box special or something that they do?
Like on the truck, you just a little box in the corner that he just wants to sell.
Right. Like I found the Braun under hood light, which I actually have hanging back there.
Yeah.
I think it's made by Braun. No, am I wrong? I don't know. It's a nice under hood light. A couple of things I didn't like about it. I did a review. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll try to throw a card towards the end of the video. Ratchets, talking about their ratchets for a minute. I don't personally like how the selector switch is. I think the comfort grip on them is nice. I did have issues in the past with the locking portion not fully locking and with it slipping teeth. People say I'm crazy. Hey, if you like their ratchets, run them. That's just not for me. Do you like them?
I mean, I have the flex head and a stubby one that I use every day just for oil changes, but that's about it. If I do some like heavier work, I go to the Macro or the Snap-on.
Okay.
So. Any
particular reason? Just kind of prefer not ever to run into that issue and whatever?
If it breaks, I'd rather that break because I could just run down there real quick and replace it. Versus that, and I have to actually go visit the tool guy.
Right, or wait a week.
Yeah.
Air compressors. So I've had their smaller one in the past. A lot of people saying if you're going to buy any kind of an air compressor, go big or go home. I kind of have to agree with that depending on what kind of tools you're using. Do you have an air compressor? If so, which one do you run?
I really don't have one at the moment.
Been looking?
No, not at the moment.
If you got a shop, you got a shop.
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah. If you got a shop, go big. Go get the big, 25 gallon.
So you can actually use the 3/8 and ½ inch.
Yeah.
Wrenches. Okay, everyone's asking about combination wrenches. Look, I've got some ratchet wrenches. We talked about the flex head ones that I like. I think the long ones are too long and they have a lot of flexibility issues. Do you use them? Do you like them?
I haven't purchased any of them yet, so I don't know.
Okay. For quick cut up and redesign kind of option, I think it's not a bad idea if you just need to cut one up and make it a special wrench.
Yeah.
Air tools. I've had mixed reviews. Shane's had some of his for years. I've had a handful that I've used. I got the Earthquake XT. It's holding up. What are your thoughts on their air tools?
I have the die grinder, and it's still holding up strong.
Nice. What do you think about the cordless stuff they have now, though?
Was thinking about getting some, but I didn't really get into that.
I think for $100, that Earthquake XT 3/8 cordless looks pretty freaking. I would try it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looks nice. So interesting thing that I saw here too is that they had a huge selection. Not huge. It was a fairly good sized selection. The Earthquake cordless with the 20 volt. I think they're trying to like kind of compare themselves a little bit to the Milwaukee and Snap-on in this situation. But we're gonna see here in another picture that I wanted to get your overall thoughts and opinions on some of the other cordless stuff that you've seen. Bauer, they're really looking like a Milwaukee tool brand. Does that picture not show like the same thing we just saw in the Milwaukee Convention Expos that everyone's posting about?
Oh yeah, it looks exactly like that.
From vacuum guns to leaf blowers, cordless. I mean, you name it, they've got it. All right, guys. So that'll pretty much wrap up our thoughts and opinions about Harbor Freight tools. You got a chance to hear from Jeff as what he's used, likes, and doesn't like from Harbor Freight. Jeff, before we end this video, what are some other like go-to tools, whether it's Harbor Freight or not, that like you could think of, like maybe Home Depot, or if there's stuff on Amazon, or do you prefer Snap-on or Matco? Like, what are some of the other hand tools that you use that you just find you have the best luck with?
Probably Snap-on tools.
Really?
My go-to.
Pretty high dollar, or sometimes they cut you some fair deals?
I mean, I go to Corona to see my guy.
Okay.
So he always just gives me some good deals because I always go out there and drive the hour to go see him. Versus my Snap-on guy, because if you want to warranty something, he was like give you the number to go warranty it instead of like doing it on the truck.
Yeah.
So he's that guy.
That's sad.
Yeah, so.
But all right, guys, we're gonna let you go. We got something else interesting planned that we're gonna probably shoot a quick little video on, and we're gonna let you guys go with this topic. Jeff, thanks for sharing your thoughts and opinions.
No problem.
We'll see you guys soon. Deuces.